National School Choice Week. That starts next week. More than 715 events across Illinois, 10,000 events across America. Got to tell you more about that, of course, would be Andrew Campanella, president of the National School Choice Week. Here's the cool thing. 150 annual events in 2011 when he took over, more than 10,000 this year. That's some progress. Andrew, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks so much for that great introduction.
Well, thanks so much for a great job. That by anybody's measure is some real progress, and more people are responding to what you have to say.
Well, the credit really goes to schools and teachers and students and organizations across the country, because people are increasingly seeing that when it comes to education for children, K-12 education, parents deserve more choices. Everything from traditional public schools to charter schools, magnet schools, online academies, private schools, and homeschooling. And during School Choice Week, our goal is to raise awareness so that more people know that they have choices, and if they feel they don't, they can have their voices heard.
It's incredible, Andrew, that so many of us still do not demand choice in what schools our children attend. We want choice in everything. We want to choose the right cell phone. We want to choose the right data plan. We want to choose what TV channels are available to us. We want to choose the car we get and where we shop. But for some reason, the status quo when it comes to schools, you got to go here because you live there, is accepted.
And that's the way we've always done it.
Right.
Well, I think you guys hit the nail on the head, and I'm wondering if you're reading my notes, because I always say, we choose everything in American society, the car we drive, the food we eat, the colleges we send our kids to, and it doesn't make sense that in America, which was founded on freedom and individual liberty and responsibility, that we choose all these things and we have all these freedoms, but in one area that's so vital to our economy and to the individual prosperity of kids and their happiness, we are, in too many cases, in this one-size-fits-all mentality where kids are sent to schools based on zip codes, and zip codes are what are used to deliver mail. So let's take a better look at this and say there is a better way, and luckily more American families are choosing schools for their kids than ever before, but it's not enough.
And, one of these, I was looking at some of the material from National School Choice Week. Frequently cited statistic, every 26 seconds, another child drops out of school in the U.S., but what few people talk about is the fact that even more students who make it to graduation, too many high school seniors just aren't ready for real life.
Yeah, and I think this is the biggest hidden tax on businesses and individuals that we don't even see coming. More than 60% of high school seniors are not proficient in reading, and more than 70% are not proficient in writing. And if you cannot read at a proficient level and you cannot write at a proficient level, you are at a significant disadvantage in no matter what job you choose. And also, in general, being prepared for real life, you're at a disadvantage. So we need to tackle that challenge in this country. And the way to do that, I believe, and so many others do, is to provide a more personalized, challenging, and effective education for kids through school choice.
Andrew Campanella with us from National School Choice Week, schoolchoiceweek.com, coming up the week of January 25th. I'm sure you've seen this. This has actually been on my mound of material for a while. From last month, this study of a New York charter school that pays teachers $125,000 a year. And the study says it works, and it works well. Students' test scores jump to an extra year and a half in math, half-year progression in English. How do they afford it? Well, they skimp on administrative staff and larger class sizes than city schools. We're told all the time, Andrew, that class size is so important. Large class size, bad. These have an average of 31 kids in a schoolroom, and they're getting it done because they attract the best teachers with that salary.
Well, I'll tell you, I personally think that the single best way to improve existing schools, aside from more school choice, which I think will be a catalyst to bring this about, is to take this ridiculous sum of money we're spending on bureaucracy and administration, where you have assistants to the assistant superintendents, pay our teachers what they deserve so that they're rewarded for the leadership they show in the classroom, and stop spending all this money on middle management. That's why you're seeing schools like the one you talked about in New York, where they're able to pay teachers a good wage, a great wage, to do what they do, because they realize that job is a heck of a lot more important, in educating kids every single day than somebody who is, for lack of a better term, pushing paper.
You know, Andrew, when this topic comes up, you've got your people who are very much into it, as you're well aware, and you've got people who aren't, by saying things like, well, it sounds great, looks great on paper, but it's really just designed to drain money out of our public schools. It's punitive is what it is.
I want to say to those folks, listen, public schools are a part of school choice. They always will be a part of school choice. I went to public school my whole life. My mom is a public school teacher, and when you look at all the options that parents have, you have traditional district schools, charter schools, magnet schools, online schools. They are all in the public sector. So really, school choice is actually a public sector primarily in idea. You do have private school choice as well, but to think that every kid would leave the traditional district system if there was more competition doesn't say much for the folks who are making that argument in their confidence in the traditional system.
Andrew Campanella with us. National School Choice Week coming up the week of January 25th. Find out more, schoolchoiceweek.com. Andrew, you have to be pretty pleased with what's happened here in Illinois the past couple of months. Bruce Rauner, who is now governor, is a big proponent of education reform and charters and school choice, and he has just appointed, not confirmed yet, but appointed a former state senator, a Chicago Democrat,
right,
James Meeks, as the head of education, the Board of Education. He also is a huge school choice guy. Illinois looks like it's turning in the right direction.
I think it is. And actually, if you look back at the history of school choice in Illinois, there was a private school choice program that was supported actually by Democrats in the legislature, led by Senator Meeks, and it was a voucher program even, and it was failed only because of a lack of Republican support. So, people talk about this issue being just a Republican issue. Well, in Illinois, it was the opposite when that bill came up. So I am really encouraged. I think the election of Governor Rauner, although we are a non-political organization, the election of Governor Rauner is definitely a game changer, and I hope that people will keep the pressure up, let the governor know that they want to protect the great choices they have now, such as good traditional public schools, good charters, good magnet schools, but also expand school choice so that more families have access to great educational opportunities.
You've chosen, Jacksonville, Florida, which I believe is our nation's largest city via area, as kickoff for National School Choice Week.
Yes, we have. We announced that today, and we are bringing together folks from all across the country to Jacksonville. And this is the first event of, as of this morning, 11,082 events across the country. And the goal of the event is to let folks know what's going on during a positive note, because our celebration is positive, and it's designed to reach individual parents. When we look at education policy discussions in this country, far too often everything is about a billion acronyms and things that nobody understands, especially me. So we're trying to make this something that people can get.
Now, Andrew, if people want a little more information, find out where some local events are, where they are. I know schoolchoiceweek.com is the website where they can just go and search, right?
That's absolutely right. Schoolchoiceweek.com. And check us out on Facebook. We are the largest education group on Facebook. Facebook.com/schoolchoiceweek.
All right. Andrew Campanella, as always, thanks for taking time out of your day. Much continued success with National School Choice Week.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.